What's up? What's up, people? Took me a little while to get back home. I'm back home pulling up the draft right now. Tried to rush to get back on here. I hope I didn't miss anything significant. Checking Bleacher Report right here. I doubt anybody's even been picked because I know last time I had to wait like almost an hour before someone got picked, and we already know what the first pick was. So hopefully nothing crazy. Hopefully I didn't miss anything crazy. Pulling it up right here. I know I'm like 30 minutes into the draft, so let's see if I missed anything. What's good, Big Blue Gaming? Okay, so we're at the Philly pick. So what did I miss? Who went off the board? Let's see. So Tevin Jenkins looks like he's still on the board. Yeah, I liked yesterday. Yesterday was a good trade. Let's see. Tyson Campbell pick 1. Elijah Moore to the Jets. I like that. Javonte Williams. Is that before Najee? No, that's not before Najee Harris. That's after him. Javon Holland. So, yeah, I didn't want any of these players. So far, we're looking good. We're in business. Let's see what the Eagles take. I think the Eagles might go JOK because they need a linebacker in the worst way, and JOK is sticking out like a sore thumb. We could definitely get Azeez. I could definitely see us getting Azeez. But I want Tevin Jenkins. That's my guy. That's who I want is Tevin Jenkins. I'm looking for Tevin Jenkins with our pick. I don't know what's going on with my green screen. Is it lighting or something? Let's see what we can. I don't get what's going on with this. Let's see. I'm going to try to fix this green screen. I have no idea what's going on. But anyway, I think we can get Tevin Jenkins. I made a list of guys that I still wanted at 42, and none of them are off the board so far. So we're looking really good. Let me go back to my list that I had so I can see exactly who I was thinking of. Eichenberg was on that list. Tevin Jenkins was on that list. Landon Dickerson. Let's see who else. Sam Cosmi's on that list. We got a ton of people we can take at this point. I'd rather get an offensive lineman over Azeez at this point. Azeez is a good player. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like we need the offensive lineman more, and the value is just there. The value is there to take one. Like, the value is ridiculous at this point. So I'm glad I didn't miss any significant picks. I come back to see, the Eagles pick. I love Jabril Cox. I mean, I would love Jabril Cox on the Giants, but I don't think they're going to take him over what's there on the board. And Christian Barmore is on the board. Wow. Sad thing is for the Giants, they might have Christian Barmore ranked really high because he's a D tackle and Gettleman loves them. So I'm kind of scared of that. Yeah. He's really good. And I think the Eagles might pick him. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping they don't take JOK. The Eagles can't do anything. They really can't do anything at this point to mess us up. I mean, they're like, 4 or 5 picks ahead of us. They can go Tevin Jenkins. They can go Landon Dickerson. They can go a ton of different ways on the offensive line. They can take a pass rusher because their guys are getting old. And they can just take JOK, which I think that's what they're going to do right here. So let's see where they go. I have no idea what's going on with this camera. Is that Mike Golick? They took Landon Dickerson, yeah. Alabama U. So they just labeling him a guard? I mean, I think he can play center for him. Did I say Devontae Davis? Oh, okay. Golick said Devontae Davis, yeah. All right. Bring him. Oh, they traded the pick? The Bengals traded this pick. Let's see who they got. Patriots. Okay, so let's see who the Patriots are coming up to get. I was sure that the Bengals would snatch up one of these tackles. For them to go all the way down to the 15th pick and the second round, you're risking not getting one of those premier tackles. It's like they're trying to sabotage themselves. So I'd be curious to see what they got in this trade. But so far, looking at these picks, I like that the Jets took Elijah Moore. I think he's a great fit for them. He's a first-round receiver. I mean, in this draft, I didn't have him as a first-round guy, but a lot of people did. I think he's a really good player. And the Jets need weapons horribly. Let's see what else went. I mean, they got Tyson Campbell. I forgot what other corners were still on the board. I have Tyson Campbell pretty far down my board as far as corners. Yeah, I could definitely see the Pats going Barmore. I think they need some help in the interior, so I could see them going Barmore. Let's see if I can get this camera fixed. Give me a second. What's going on, Les Toast? How you liking the Steelers draft so far? See if I can get this camera working. Let's see if that didn't fix anything. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I have no idea what's going on with. I'm gonna get this fixed. So Lucas called the pick. So that seems like a Patriots kind of player. It looks better than what it just did before, but I have no idea what's going on with this green screen today. I have no idea. Yeah, who did the Steelers take so far? Najee Harris. I would have rather them taking a lineman if I wanted to go with one. But Najee Harris is a good player, and they did need a running back. Let's see how this. I just don't understand what's going on with this. I have the exact same setup I was using yesterday. What's different? No idea. Yeah, I think people don't like JOK because of that weight, man. I think that weight is pushing him down. Yeah, it's Alabama North at this point. It's Alabama North. They got two, but the funny thing is I did a ton of mock drafts with the Giants taking Devontae Smith and then Landon Dickerson. But yeah, just didn't happen. Eagles basically took our whole flow. But I mean, what can you do? I'm happy with the haul we got with that trade. So, and we should still be able to get a starting offensive lineman, even in the third or fourth round, and we can get a really good offensive lineman to come in and start at guard for us at 11 here, or at 10. We got the 10th pick in this second round. Yeah, I want Cleveland a lot. I really want Ben Cleveland on this team. My thing is, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if they're gonna. I wasn't sure that Kelsey was even playing, to be honest with you. I completely forgot what his status was. I know he was dealing with some injuries. I think they needed to really just. I don't know what's going on with how the Bears have this pick, but basically, I was thinking that that he should just come in and play center right away. But apparently, Jason Kelsey's still going strong, so I guess he is a guard for now. Yeah, JOK screams versatility, but Tevin Jenkins to the Bears, man. Oh, man. You know what's hilarious? I mocked Tevin Jenkins to the Bears in the first round. So this is where, this is where he should probably go. And it's disgusting to me that Joe Burrow did not get to have Tevin Jenkins blocking for him. What are the details of that Patriots Bengals trade? Why didn't they take Tevin Jenkins? So now the best tackle on the board right now for me is Sam Cosmi. The second best guy is probably Liam Eichenberg. So there's still tackles there in the second round available that can start. But yeah, that's a nice pick. I don't want the Bears to do well for this upcoming year, so I hope he has a really rough rookie season. But yeah, I mean for the pick's sake. But yeah, Cosmi's still there. Eichenberg is there. We got a lot of linemen here on the board, but I would have loved to have Tevin Jenkins on our offensive line, no matter where he was playing. I would have taken him at 20. I was really thinking about taking Tevin Jenkins or Darisaw at 20. So, but they got a haul so far. I mean, Justin Fields and Tevin Jenkins, you got your quarterback and maybe your left tackle of the future. Left or right tackle of the future. So right now, no problem, man. No problem. Right now, kind of just a little bit. I don't want to be one of those. It just kind of makes me kind of sick because we're going to probably have Terrace Marshall on this board here when we pick. And that kind of makes me sad because I would have loved to take Terrace Marshall in the second round, but we're not doubling up on receivers. But Ojulari is still there. We still have Cosmi there. We still have JOK there. Still have a couple of edge rushers I'd be fine with taking there. I really wish that Joe Tryon fell. But, I mean, what can you do? It's the draft. Yeah, I'm looking up that trade now. But the Bengals should 100% have taken Tevin Jenkins. Like, it's one thing. I was always on the bandwagon that you can take Jamar Chase because you can get a tackle in the second round. But they just passed on a tackle. I don't think we're taking Freiermuth. That will really, really surprise me. We've addressed a lot of weapons, and I really don't think that they're going to bring in another guy who's a pass catcher. I just don't see it happening. And be on the lookout. Darius Slayton is the guy announcing the second pick. Luckily, it's not going to be a receiver for him. So the Bengals got 46. They got 122, and they got 139. So they basically got like a 5th, 6th round. Something like that. 4th, 5th. Yeah, 4th and 5th round pick, I think. Or 2 4th round picks. I'm not good at this, what's going on right now. But basically, the Bengals got 2 mid to late round picks for that 38th overall pick. I would have taken Tevin Jenkins, 100%. But shout out to Yardley Moyes for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on trading Ingram? I don't have any issue with trading Evan Ingram. I want to get a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. And at that point, I'm taking Tommy Tremble in the 3rd or 4th round. And I'm not even thinking about, anything that happens after that. But I have no problems trading Ingram. I just do think that we need a move tight end. a receiver kind of. Oh, Richie Grant. That's a nice pick. I like Richie Grant, but the Giants aren't taking receivers at this point. The Giants aren't taking safeties. We got like 5 guys there. And thanks, Lucas, for helping me out with that. So they got a 4th and a 5th. That's pretty much what I thought. It was a 4th, and I thought one of them might have been a comp pick, but it's a 4th and a 5th. But Richie Grant is one of my top safeties in this draft, definitely. Oh, 100%. It's just, do the Giants really value these players? Wyatt Davis is an option, but I'm not as high on Wyatt Davis as I was. I don't like the way he plays. I don't really like the way he finishes plays. I want like a real mauler at guard, but I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at taking Wyatt Davis. And it's crazy. I mean, we're coming right up on this next pick. We're almost at the Giants pick. I guess there's a benefit to starting my stream late. But Richie Grant's a good player. Azeez round 2, Cleveland round 3, yeah. 100%. But I don't know how the Giants feel about Ojulari. I really don't know. I thought that they would take pay because of all those rumors, but I don't know how they feel about Ojulari. The Lions have to recover here, right? Yeah, the Lions need to take a receiver. Like 100%. Terrace Marshall needs to go off this board right now. Terrace Marshall or whoever you want to take, as long as there's a receiver there, he needs to get drafted. I just realized that was a typo. I said recover. You said we just traded down? Whoa, we traded down? I'm fine with that. Let's see what we get. I mean, people killed Dave Gettleman. I'm fine with it if we got the value because there's a ton of value right here in this second round. I want to see what we got. If, it looks like we did trade because our pick disappeared to Miami. And let's see. So we got I think this person typed this, put it in the wrong order. They say Giants get 42, but I think this is wrong because we already had 42. So if this is right, if this is a reputable source, we traded back 8 picks and we got a 3rd round pick next year. So yeah, and then I'm seeing this twice. We traded down 8 picks and we got a 3rd next year. So now next year we have 2 firsts, a 2nd, 2 3rds, and 2 4ths. And a draft where people took off this year and they're going to be coming out next year. So there's going to be a lot of depth in next year's draft, and we're going to have a ton of picks. And I never saw the Giants as a team that would have this many picks in the future, but I don't care trading down 8 picks. If you're trading down, that obviously means that the Giants don't value some of these players here. And I have not seen horrible, drafts with this team. I just have not seen horrible drafts with the Giants, at least with Dave Gettleman so far. So he looks like he halfway knows what he's doing. Joe Judge, pretty solid draft last year. They look like they halfway know what they're doing. So if these guys that are on here are way down their board, then obviously they're not looking to take one of these guys. So why not just get the value? Once you trade down, you can't stop. Yeah, Gettleman is a troll, man. Gettleman is a troll. Gettleman is definitely a troll. Those people told him he wouldn't trade down, and he just said, "Look, watch this. I'm trading down every round." Yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be really great to do all those mock drafts. Hopefully, we're picking, low with our pick, and we have a high pick with the Bears. So 2 1s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. So that is, man. The only thing is Miami is going to have probably a late third round pick, but that's fine. Oh, Levi's a beast, man. I can never say his name right, but he's a beast. Levi is a monster. We just don't need any D tackles. So, I mean, maybe the Giants are just feeling that, like, if they do like Ojulari or if they do like JOK or one of these other offensive linemen, maybe they just feel like they can get that player 8 picks down because they obviously don't like the players there. Because if they felt it's probably something similar to the Tevin Jenkins to the Devontae Smith situation. It probably was a thing where they wanted Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins goes off the board, so there's not really value there for him. So let's see what the Dolphins do. Yeah, Morrig is a box. The 2 box safeties, which one is a linebacker, but their play styles are kind of similar. Morrig and JOK, they're both sliding. So people don't like these box safeties, man. But why do we trade? Like I said, they obviously don't see value right here in the draft. They think that there's value down a little bit deeper, which I 100% agree with. I'm thinking we might go pass rusher here now, trading down. Pass rusher or offensive line. But I have no issue with this. And Liam Eichenberg is to the Dolphins. Liam Eichenberg to the Dolphins. So, hey, Bengals traded down, Giants traded down so far. We'll see who they take. We got a 3rd round pick next year for moving down. What? I just read something on Twitter. Someone just did not make any sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about Koromoah. I mean, he's dropping for a reason apparently. But I forgot what the details of the trade were. I just forgot it. But I know we have a 3rd round pick next year. And I think that's what we got pretty much. We got a 3rd round pick next year for moving down. And I don't have any issue with that. The 3rd round, I mean, 2 3rd round picks, 2 1st round picks. I think that's very, very good. And Creed Humphrey is still dropping. That's a great point. Sam Cosmi is still dropping. Ossai is there. You still have Ojulari, who some people wanted to take at 11. There's a ton of players there. So if they feel confident about trading down and getting these players, then I don't have any issue with it. Wait, I just realized something. Who did the Lions just draft? Who did the Lions draft? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. We moved down to 54 3rd round pick. So yeah, that's pretty much how I was remembering it. So yeah, the Lions took Levi, and in the 1st round they took Penei Sewell. So why have they not taken a receiver? I'm gonna read the Lions depth chart. Not even their depth chart, but who's on their team right now at receiver. Their number 1 guy is Brashad Perryman. And I understand this is a pretty deep receiver draft, and you probably can draft someone in the 3rd round. Are they trying to trade for Julio? Because at this point, it's not about like making this superstar powered offense. It's just about having functional guys out there. And Brashad Perryman is not a number 1 receiver. He's simply not. Geronimo Allison, Brashad Perryman. Damian Ratley, that guy was on the Giants. He couldn't get any playing time. Tyrell Williams. So I guess maybe they feel good about Tyrell Williams and Brashad Perriman. Two guys who are probably number 3 receivers, solid number 3s. They needed to get a really good wide receiver in this draft, and they dropped the ball. It's over. Unless they trade back up, these receivers that are going to be day one, guys who can possibly be number 1 receivers are going to be gone. Exactly. I mean, I don't understand it, man. They must be trying to trade for Julio. Let's see what receivers are free agents right now. It's like, is there anybody on a free agent block that I'm just kind of forgetting about? Because I mean, how can they not address their biggest need by far? I was really shocked when Devontae Smith didn't go to the Lions. And I'm kind of angry with the Lions for allowing him to drop for the Eagles to trade up. Because I was like, if the Lions don't take Devontae Smith, it's malpractice. Yeah, I agree. So, if you do feel like there's no way you're going to be winning this year, but at the same time, you have to give Jared Goff, you pretty much have to give him, weapons to evaluate him. They just traded all of that for Jared Goff. I think they actually won that trade as far as the value they got, but they just traded that for Jared Goff, and they wanted to evaluate him, but they're not going to be able to evaluate him with Brashad Perriman and Tyrell Williams. So let's see if there's anybody still available that I think can help them. Golden Tate's out there. Yeah. Golden Tate is pretty much the best receiver on the market right now. Yeah, I think we traded out because they don't really value these. I feel like the Giants have about 10 players who they think are in like all the same cluster. And they're happy with any one of those players, and they take those future picks. But I'm telling you, I think the Giants, listen, I'm a DJ fan, and I'm someone who thinks he's going to go crazy this year. But I'm telling you, I feel like they're really mortgaging and just saying, listen, if we can't get the best out of DJ and he looks like he's holding us back, we're going to have 2 1s, we're going to have 2 3s and 2 4s to move up to go get our quarterback if we feel like DJ isn't the guy. I think that's what they're doing. I don't think that's their main thing, but I'm saying I think that's part of them acquiring these picks. Yeah, that's sad, man. The fact that he goes to the Raiders before JOK goes to the Raiders, I mean, but I think JOK is a better player than him. But I do think Morrig is a really good player. Yeah, I mean, when is the last time the Giants have had 2 first-round picks? The Odell trade, we had 2 firsts. I don't remember having 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths though. That's a ton of picks. I was just hoping that the Bears do horribly this year, because they did pretty solid last year with horrible quarterback play. I'm just hoping that they take a step back for a year and just start to try to rebuild. And Justin Fields has some rookie struggles. I'm just hoping that something like that happens, because the Bears could sadly very well be like a really good team next year just because of the defense. Even with the guys they lost, the defense is really good. I'm just hoping that they just really just fall off and Justin Fields ends up being that quarterback that's a rookie that shows some promise but struggles a lot and loses a ton of games. Are the Cowboys going to take a corner? I love that Richie Grant is off the board. Yeah, and I'm sure the Giants fans are really going to pay attention to that Giants versus Bears game. They're really going to pay attention to that. The Cowboys need to be taking the best corner on the market in this draft. Yeah, I'm thinking it's his size, but I mean, he's not. I'm not going to lie. JOK on tape, man, He looks like he's playing at like 212, 215. And that's smaller than Landon Collins. Now, he's probably faster than Landon Collins, but it looks like he's playing at around 215. And I've seen the dude get like pinned up by wide receivers. So that's probably a concern for them. There's been a ton of small linebackers in the 220s, but to have a guy under 220, I don't know what he weighed at in the combine and all that stuff, but to have a guy under 220 is probably scary for them. What's going on with this dude? What's going on with this dude talking about the Browns, man? What about all their Super Bowls? The best Browns player is I'm not even going to do it. But why is he talking about the Browns? You're making a pick for the Cowboys. Exactly. He's acting crazy, man. He's a two-teamer. This guy is dramatic, man. This guy is really dramatic. Kelvin Joseph. Ah, man, I like Kelvin Joseph. He used to play for LSU. I like Kelvin Joseph. That's a really good pick. And a Cowboys YouTuber, Voch Lombardi, he has Kelvin Joseph as like his second or third cornerback in this class. Kelvin Joseph is really good. I know he's celebrating right now. I'm kind of sick they got him. Kelvin Joseph and Trayvon Diggs. That's actually a nice corner room. I like how they're showing his LSU tape, though. I don't want to have to root against Kelvin Joseph, though. I guess he left LSU and went to Kentucky, so I guess I can't root against him. And he's on the Cowboys, so whatever. I do have a Discord server. I don't fully understand Discord, so I will make that stuff available to people, but I really don't fully understand it, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm not that old, but I definitely don't understand Discord. Yeah, I think Kelvin Joseph is better than Asante Samuel. I like Kelvin Joseph a lot. I just wanted the Cowboys to pass on a corner again to try to do that, but Cowboys are looking good for what what their needs were. They needed defense. Parsons doesn't really scare me too much on that defense, but he will be a playmaker, in the future. Definitely in the future, if not this first year. He's going to make some plays this year. You're going to be like, I mean, that's crazy. But on top of that, Kelvin Joseph there, that's going to help shore up that secondary. I just hope he has some rookie struggles. I hope he's a bust, to be honest with you. I'd take Creed Humphrey out of these three players. Walker Little before Sam Cosmi. I think Samuel's a boundary corner, and I think he can play inside and out. But depends where he goes. Yeah, I'm not worried about Walker Little. I have Cosmi as my number one tackle right now. Walker Little's probably second. Dylan Redunds is there. So I'm not really worried about Walker Little. Now, one thing about Walker Little I will say is that I don't think he's played football in 2 years or, 1 or 2 years. And he has been someone who just disappeared because he was like projected to be a top 5 pick at one point in his college career. And with all the injuries, he falls to the second round. So this might be a steal. And it's kind of sad that the Bengals missed out on him. But let's see if they take Sam Cosmi right here. Yeah, Nick Gates is going to lay him out. Yeah, I think they might go offensive line in the third. You might be right. I just think they probably want some competition at guard, and a third round, fourth round pick gets you that competition that you want. A lot of Giants fans are going to be mad. I just think as long as they take somebody in this draft at guard that I feel can start, I'll be okay. So let's see what the Bengals do. Are they going to protect Joe Burrow, or are they just going to continue to ignore it? Yeah, everybody's injured. Yeah, that would be funny. Getting Joker and J.O. Yeah. All right, let's see. Come on, Bengals. Don't mess this up. Go ahead and take a tackle. Yeah, I think they're dropping, but one thing I will say is I think there's going to be a run on tackles in this second round. I think all of the good tackles that we feel really good about, all the way down to Spencer Brown, I think they're going to be gone in the second round. But I'm cool with a lot of. I mean, we traded down 8 spots, and I'm very sure that there's a player there that I like in the second round. And I'm happy I got my hands on some more film this year. This way, I'll probably be able to find some tape of any late round guys that we take. So I'll actually be able to really see how they play. But let's just make this pick, man. Let's get Joe Burrow some protection. You think we traded again? I mean, we traded a couple minutes ago. I don't think we traded again. Okay, Jackson Carman. See, now that's a tackle for you. He's going to protect Joe Burrow. That's a tackle for you. I like it. I like it. Jackson Carman is a good tackle. I wouldn't have taken him above Cosme. I probably wouldn't have. I wouldn't take him above Cosme at all, but I do think that Jackson Carman is a second round tackle. I think he's a second round tackle, but I don't think he was the best tackle on the board. But what do I know? Because I didn't think that Kadarius Toney was the best receiver on the board. But we'll all see how it goes. You know, when we start playing football. Yeah, I don't know. They may want to put him inside, but they've got they just picked up Riley Reef. I think he can be at least solid, and they have Jonah Williams there, so they have players there. I mean, guys were injured last year for them too, so we have to also remember that. Yeah, Mount Raw probably is going to go late second, early third. Late second, early third. The sad thing is some of these, mid round wide receivers that I like, the Giants aren't going to take them. I mean, until they get into like the 6th round, they're not taking any of these late round receivers or mid round receivers because we're pretty stacked in that room right now of guys that we want to play. And a guy that you take in the 3rd, 4th round is somebody that you want to get significant playing time. And right here, we were pretty much it. And I'm finally going to say it. The Giants are finally stacked as far as guys that are going to get playing time at receiver. We finally are. Even with an injury, I still feel finally confident about this receiving core. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think Penei Sewell is very developmental. I think Penei Sewell has a lot of work to do technique wise. He was going to go first, out of all the offensive linemen because he's an athletic freak. Christian Darrisaw is probably he's 2 or 3 times more technically sound than Penei Sewell is. There's a lot of guys more technically sound. I don't think that they need to develop their technique or anything more than Penei Sewell. So yeah, I don't know. I disagree with that. I think you're going to see some tackles that are going to go in the rest of the second round, and all of these guys are going to be starters. I do not want another defensive tackle. I'm going to be a little bit unhappy because there's some good defensive tackles in this draft that are going to play good minutes for us if we were to take one, but I do not want a defensive tackle. I just don't want a defensive tackle, man. Like I feel very good about Austin Jackson. I feel very good about BJ Hill. I feel very good about RJ McIntosh as that, and those are our 4th, 5th, and 6th interior defensive linemen. We're going to roll out Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and Danny Shelton at nose. So you're going to rotate in RJ McIntosh and Austin Johnson. And you're going to rotate the rest of those defensive tackles in. Yeah, there's a ton of guys. There's a ton of, as far as guard goes, we got about legitimately 6 or 7 guards that I feel can start for an NFL team week 1. I feel like there are 6 or 7 guards. Let me pull up the list so you guys can see the names. So you guys can hear the names. Let's see. But I legit feel that there's about 6 or 7 guys. Let's pull this up. All right, so I'm looking at this list out of these guys. You got Davis, you got Aaron Banks, Robert Hainsey, Quinn Miners. So what is that? Robert Hainsey, Aaron Banks, Wyatt Davis. Did Trey Smith get drafted? Did Trey Smith get drafted yet? I have no idea. If he didn't get drafted, then he's high on my board. And then Quinn Miners is going to go next round. Let's see what we got at center here. Creed Humphrey still on the board. Trey Hill is on the board. Josh Myers is on the board. So yeah, that's 7 guys. That's my 7 guys that I feel really solid about starting. That's 7 guys right there. So 7 players that can start for us. They're not going to all go before our next pick. And there'll probably be at least 1 or 2 of them there in our 3rd round pick. And that's not including Ben Cleveland, because I didn't see him on this list that I pulled up. That's not including Ben Cleveland. So that's 8 guys that can play interior offensive line that I believe won't all be gone by even our 3rd round pick, let alone our 2nd round pick. And we're coming up in a couple of picks. Yeah, Trey Smith is somebody I really like. I just assume that he had gotten grabbed. And if the Giants feel about Trey Smith and Azeez Ojulari and JOK and all of these guys the way that we do, they're trading down and they're going to be able to get this dude and just pick up that 3rd round pick next year. I just really don't want them to do something outlandish. Did the 49ers take Ojulari? I wouldn't be surprised. But, I mean, again, there's a ton of good players on the board. Let's see. Did they go Ojulari? And Joseph Ossai is still on the board. I just realized Ossai is still on the board too. Looking at this cluster of players, I mean, you got Ronnie Perkins, Sam Cosmi, Jabril Cox, Creed Humphrey, Terrace Marshall, Diami Brown. We're not taking a receiver. Ojulari, of course, JOK. Dylan Redines is still on the board, too. He can play tackle and guard. I feel really good. I really hope we take one of these players that I'm mentioning. But, I mean, I'm open to it. Let's see if they can justify the pick and it looks like a player that's worth that pick. I'll give it a chance. I see the 49ers pick is in, though. But this is ridiculous that some of these guys are still on the board. Koromoah, Terrace Marshall, I thought were first rounders. Ojulari, I thought would be in the first round. The 49ers took Creed. That's fine, too. And Creed is someone that I thought would go in the first round. But, again, as I tried to bring home all off season, interior offensive linemen just drop. They just drop. Interior offensive linemen, they drop all the time. So, I mean, he was supposed to go first round. That's his talent level. But, you know, he might go right here. I didn't see the official pick yet. Right now, Booger is singing the praises of Azeez Ojulari. '49ers went with Aaron Banks. Oh man, yeah. If Arizona goes interior offensive line here, I probably would consider going guard here. I would consider it because it looks like there's a little bit of run going on in the offensive line. Yeah, that linebacker core would be ridiculous. You have to celebrate if your team takes a quarterback. I mean, takes an offensive lineman from Notre Dame. Like, you have to celebrate at that point. You know he's going to at least be solid. Yeah, the offensive linemen are going to start going off right here. I just thought it would be a tackle. But Aaron Banks is a really good player. I like Aaron Banks better than Wyatt Davis and a couple of these other guys. Cardinals are on the clock. As soon as the Giants make their pick, as soon as the Giants are on the clock, I'll probably start screen capping. But right now, the Cardinals still haven't made their pick. Cardinals going O-line. Did the pick come in yet? All right, let's see where he went. I see it. The pick is in. Oh, man. For the Giants to trade back 2 days in a row, man, the suspense is killing you. The Giants are on the clock. All right, so the Cardinals just made their pick. They just made their pick right now. I'm waiting to see who that is. But right after, the Giants will be on the clock. And we traded back. And we traded back again. For the second day in a row, we have to wait to see what's going on here with the Giants. We picked up that extra third-round pick next year. So next year, we're going to have 2 1s, 1 2, 2 3s, and 2 4s so far. So that is a ton of picks in the first 4 rounds. And that's not counting possible comp picks. I'm not sure if we'll get any because we made a lot of noise in free agency. But that's not counting the comp picks. So we could potentially have a ton of possible ways we can go. Yeah, the Cardinals should 100% take Pat Freiermuth right here. I'm seeing my chat go crazy. I'm a little bit behind, but I don't care if the Cardinals take Freiermuth. I wasn't looking for the Giants to go Freiermuth, so let's see where they go. Or maybe they took Ojulari. They took Rondale Moore. So what was the chat mad about? I mean, we weren't taking Rondale Moore. Either way, okay. Rondale Moore just went to the Cardinals. I love that for the Cardinals offense. I love that. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of speed for him right there. That's like a lot of explosion. To only add to put him across from from DeAndre Hopkins, to put him across from that is ridiculous, man. So the Giants are on the clock officially. Rondale Moore just went to the Cardinals. That's going to be some crazy stuff. Again, we have piled up a ton of picks. We traded back again. And the Giants are on the clock. I don't see if they've made their pick yet. I do like to see decisive picks. I don't think the Giants are going to trade this pick again. See, my chat is suggesting they might do that. I don't think the Giants are going to trade this pick again. Azeez Ojulari is on the board right now. I don't want to look at this chat because they're probably going to spoil it for me. But Azeez Ojulari is on the board right now. Sam Cosmi is on the board right now. Who else is on the board? Let's see. I just switched away from the chat, so I can't see. But there's a ton of good players on the board. Redunds is on the board. Offensive lineman Joseph Ossai is on the board. Ronnie Perkins is there. I'd be happy with any one of these guys. Who else is there? Another guard, Trey Smith, is there. So I'm thinking we're going to go offensive line. We're going to go edge. It has to be one of those. Offensive line or edge, or maybe they just surprise everybody and they go JOK. They go Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoah. And now, of course, ESPN is going to commercial. Giants still haven't made their pick. Yeah, the rumor is definitely that the rumor is that Azeez has a degenerative knee. And I don't know why they went to commercial. They always seem to do this when the Giants are about to make their pick. I don't get it. Again, when you look at the Giants' needs, they say we need a guard, a center, a defensive end, a linebacker. I wouldn't agree with the center part, but we definitely need guard help. We could definitely use linebacker help as a second guy. Could definitely use a ton of guys. So, I mean, there's just so much value right here on the board. I just really can't see myself being upset with this pick. I'm pretty sure Gregory Sober already got picked, so I can't be upset with that. Other than that, I mean, it's all smooth sailing. The pick is in. Let's get back from commercial break. Let's get back from commercial break so they can announce this pick. This is the second round, so they have to actually be on TV to announce this pick, and we're still on commercial. But again, there's a lot of premium players still here. So I can't see us messing this up. I really can't. And again, the pick has been in for about a minute now, and we're not reading the pick. I don't know what's going on. Can we get back from commercial break? Guess not. Anyway, I'm excited that the Giants have been able to compile a ton of these picks going in the future. And I'm excited that I think we're still going to get a good starting level player, hopefully on the offensive line or at pass rusher right now. We don't really need any more receivers at this point. Linebacker is a need, but Jabril Peppers plays that nickel linebacker, and I think that Reggie Ragland is a big upgrade over Devontae Downs, a big upgrade over everybody we had at linebacker next to Martinez. So I am very confident they can't mess this up. Very confident they can't mess this up. But we're still on commercial. Like, we're still here on commercial. And I'm seeing someone is saying yes in the chat. I had to peek. But let's see what we got here. Let's see what we went here. Can we get out of commercial, please? Can we please get out of commercial? I still haven't seen the pick. Oh, man, they make it so hard to wait for these draft picks, especially since I see, like, chat bubbles popping up from my chat, and people already know who the Giants took, and I can't see it because ESPN is still on commercial, showing me kids in school. Can we please get this over with? Like, can we please read the pick? Can Darius Slayton please pop out and read the pick? So the Giants pick is in, and we've been waiting for about 20, 30 minutes, it seems like, for them to read the pick. It was on commercial break. We got a whole bunch of picks trading back to get this. And now we see Darius Slayton, my man, walk into the podium to read off this pick for the Giants at number 50 because we traded down from 42. He messed up the timing of it. Let's see where we went. Ojulari. I could see us going this pick. I could definitely see us taking this pick. He was a guy we considered at 11. At 11, and we got him at 50. So, beautiful pick. Great pick by Dave Gettleman. I heard there were some things about his knee, but I watched Ojulari in some of these big games, and he took over some of these big games. They show his cross chop. That's his signature move, but he has to develop some more moves. Let's peek back at my chat here. We love it. Everybody loves it. JOK was possible. He was possibly someone we would go after. But Azeez Ojulari is a pass rusher. We needed a pass rusher on the edge. He's that perfect fit for a 3-4 pass rusher. I love it. I don't know if Washington traded for this pick or I don't know what's going on, but Azeez Ojulari is a football giant, and we didn't have to take him at 11. So I think a lot of people probably predicted that Azeez Ojulari would go round 1 and Kadarius Toney would go round 2. So anybody that thinks that Kadarius Toney wasn't worth that pick, which I did, but anybody that doesn't think that, guess what? We got Azeez Ojulari in round 2. So I hope that his knee is good. I hope that his knee is good. I really do. But the games that I saw this year live, he took over. The film that I watched, he has a lot of explosion, very fast off the edge. And in Patrick Graham's scheme, we're going to get 100% of him. Yeah, ESPN, man, they always have something to say about the Giants. They always have something to say about the Giants. But I love this pick. I love this pick. Again, I was considering some of the offensive linemen. I was considering Azeez Ojulari and Ronnie Perkins. I was considering JOK. But now we don't have to go after any of these players because we just took someone that we thought could have gone first round. And let's see, we do have Lorenzo Carter and Azeez Ojulari. So if I'm not completely out of my mind right now, I'm pretty sure those are 2 Bulldogs coming off the edge. And Cosme goes right after us to the Washington football team. That's a good player there. So Cosme and Ojulari, back-to-back picks. are going to be going against each other for probably the next 10, 15 years, hopefully. Hopefully the next, 10 years. Ojulari and Cosme. Ojulari and Cosme. Hopefully Ojulari will be winning that. So, yeah. I like the pick. I definitely like the pick. Definitely like this pick. Yeah, I really like both of those players too. I just didn't think we'd be, around the area to take Kadarius Toney, but we were in that area. We got not only did we come out with not only did we come out of this draft with Kadarius Toney and Azeez Ojulari, which I believe were first round kind of players. I thought they would go between like 12 and maybe 20 something. Both first round kind of players. We also came out with those two players and an extra first and an extra third and an extra fourth and a fifth this year. So we really came up. We really came up with this draft with these two trade backs. Yeah, we got a ton of Bulldogs on our team. The NFC East has like the all SEC team. Like all the good SEC players, it seems like, are in the NFC East. Washington has all of their defensive linemen from Bama. We used to have we used to have Dalvin Tomlinson from Bama. We got a ton of SEC players in this division. Sam Cosme was someone, again, I considered going to Washington in the first round. But I'm definitely going to see is that Randy Savage? What's going on? What is going on? That looks like Randy Savage. Anyway, what is going on with this dude? What is going on? There's no way that's Randy. There's no way that Randy Savage is alive. There's no way. I'm like 99.999% sure that Randy Savage is not alive. So I don't know why they got this guy dressing up like him. But I like the pick. We thought that we would have to get Ojulari. Yeah, we thought we'd have to get Ojulari. It was all the way back in high school. Yeah, that's stupid. If they're talking about a high school injury and that's why he dropped this far, that is ridiculous. And I bet you guys feel great. I mean, when we traded back, I know you guys thought that we were sacrificing our chance at Ojulari, but we still got him 8 picks later and a future third. So, I mean, at this point, I feel really good about this entire draft and this entire season because what we're doing right now, we should be a playoff team from what our roster looks like. And if for some reason Daniel Jones holds this team back, we have all the draft capital in the world to come up and take a quarterback with the team around him that's going to be stacked. So I'm feeling really good. Exactly, man. That's 100% true. It's just weird. This guy looks exactly like him. He looks exactly like him. Even his face looks like Randy Savage. But it's still crazy to me that Koromoah is on the board still. I would take Koromoah here if I was the Browns. Yeah, 100%. 500 billion IQ. 50 billion. Yeah, I think Gettleman is doing a great job this offseason. I know people are going to give all 100% of the credit to Joe Judge. I mean, they can do that, but I think Gettleman and Gettleman and Judge in this organization are doing a great job. getting players this offseason. And it's just crazy. We thought that we would have to take Azeez Ojulari at 11. Like, we were thinking of, like, trading back, getting Ojulari. So, yeah, I like it, man. I've moved on. I'm not worried about Devontae Smith. He's an Eagle. I don't want anything that touches Philadelphia and the Eagles, man. I just don't want any players from the Eagles. I don't like it. So, I'm not worried about Devontae Smith at this point. Okay, yeah. Just like I thought the Browns would take JOK. That's exactly where he belongs, man. I saw them not passing on JOK after the first round. Now, exactly, Browns are looking frightening. They have those two guys up front. I don't remember who the Browns took first round. I don't remember at all. Let's see if ESPN shows us. But the Browns, their roster is looking crazy. Oh, yeah, they got that bum. He's not a bum, but he's not a good pass rusher, J.D. Clowney. They got Clowney there, and he's not really a guy that's going to get that much pressure on the quarterback at all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not worried about Devontae Smith. I'm really not, man. I'm not worried about any Eagles players. I expect to destroy them when we play them for the next 15 to 20 years. As long as Joe Judge is the coach, I expect us to destroy them. I don't know. I like Devontae Smith better than CeeDee Lamb, but either way, I mean, I'm just not worried, man. I'm just not worried about what the Eagles are doing. They're the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, I'm just not worried about them. Like, it was more about them taking the player that I wanted than me like saying like, oh, I have to deal with this guy now because they're the Eagles. Pretty sure we went 4-2 in the division last year, and that's how we won most of our games. Yeah, we got a ton of Bulldogs on our team, a ton of them. Yeah, JOK, I would just spy him on Lamar Jackson and just let that play out. Yeah, I think we went 4-2 last year. I'm pretty sure we did. Let's see. We split with Dallas. We split with the Eagles, and we swept Washington. So yeah, 4-2. We got Ojulari in the second round, man. Like this is big brain football right here. Redons goes off the board right here. That kind of stinks. That kind of stinks for me, man. I just don't want this to turn into an offensive lineman run because if someone gets to snatching up an offensive lineman, we're going to have to use some of those future picks to come back up because we need to be able to get someone like Ben Cleveland in the third round. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, Deontay Brown might be there too. Yeah, he's still dropping. Quinn Miners is, yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys are there. I just don't want there to end up being a run and nobody being available. Which I don't think is going to happen, but you always got to kind of be scared of it. But yeah, I mean, I think at this point we have to go offensive lineman third round, which is like pretty much what we all thought. We all thought that it'd be receiver, offensive line, pass rusher, in whatever order for the first 3 picks. Yeah, Kendrick Green is someone I forgot about. Yeah, so let's type this out. Let's type this out. We got Kendrick Green, we got Ben Cleveland, Deontay Smith is someone I'm not that. I think Deontay Smith right now as a pass blocker is not much different than Shane Lemieux as a pass blocker. I think he has more potential, but we have to consider that at day one he's going to struggle a little bit. Walker Little is gone at this point, but Hudson is there. Chad Surratt, I'm not taking him over a lineman, but I do like him a lot. If we already had a lineman at this point, I would definitely be looking for Chad Surratt, but I'm not taking him over a lineman. Kendrick Green, Miners, Trey Smith, Ben Cleveland. 4 guards that I feel really good about. I'm pretty sure Creed Humphrey is gone. So, yeah, now we're down to 4 guards that I feel good about. There was up to 8, and 4 have gone. I mean, who knows, what the Giants think about, but I don't think, I think Jabril Cox could possibly be there in the 3rd round, but we have got to get an offensive lineman. Quinn Miners is one of the top guys on my board. I mean, we can't not take an offensive lineman in this draft in the first 4 rounds. And I'm thinking that the starters are going to be gone by our after our pick in the 3rd round. So I think we have to take an offensive lineman. I hope he's the best defensive end in the draft. I hope so. He's in the conversation for it. I mean, that just makes me happy, man. He's definitely in that conversation. Yeah, I'm not worried, man, because Darius Slayton is going to be back to, he's going to be in the perfect role for himself. And that's the 3rd receiver. After Sterling Shepard leaves, Darius Slayton will probably be the 3rd receiver. Darius Slayton is still going to get a ton of playing time. He's going to be the guy that's going to stretch the field, a guy that's going to run a certain, number of routes. And he's going to be the 3rd or 4th option this year, and maybe behind the tight ends. And he's going to dominate because not much attention is going to be paid to him. And we saw him 2 straight years. He put up almost 800 yards. So not much attention is going to be paid to him by the defense. And he's going to eat this year. I don't think he's going to have to step down at all. I mean, if he gets 700-800 yards this year, that's pretty much on par with what he was already doing. And, a ton of guys will be doing better than him. because we're expecting Galladay to probably be over 1,200-1,300 yards. Who knows what we're expecting from Kadarius Toney year one? They're going to use him a ton of different ways, so you never know. And it looks like a more of a long-term thing because people are saying he needs a little bit more polish. I think he's a lot further along than people believe. But either way, you're expecting Darius Slayton to probably be your fourth leading receiver, fourth or fifth leading receiver. So I think he'll still get some chances. I think he'll get, at least 500-600 yards. And once Sterling Shepard leaves, he's going to be your third guy. I think this Dio guy, he had some issues with injuries, like horrible issues with injuries, if I remember right. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to make a 2022 mock. I'm very tempted to do one. Definitely tempted to do one, man. And listen, if there's a mock simulator, I might consider it, but I probably won't. I've done enough mock drafts. I can't put a number out there, but I'll say that I expect Kenny Galladay to be a guy who's 1,300 yards and about 13 touchdowns, 10 to 13 touchdowns. So that gives you 1,300 right there. Oh, Stone Forsythe. Stop saying names because I don't want them to start going. But I did forget about him. I'd be happy with him in the third round, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. This is my mic. For some reason, it's doing this. I guess this makes it look a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can still hear me the same way, but for some reason, there's something going on with the camera and the lighting of the green screen. I don't get it. Let's see. Just a little bit, but I don't know why. For some reason, everything behind me is just static. I don't get it. My chair is static. Either the microphone is static. I don't get it. It wasn't like that yesterday. But hey, they better not. They better not. They better not take Matt Corral. Listen, I mean, I watched a lot of Elijah Moore tape, and he got overthrown a couple. I think I'm getting confused with someone else. Listen, I've been watching film on these wide receivers and everybody for so long. I don't even know. I get these quarterbacks mixed up. But maybe he's good. What's going on, Menti? On the Steelers take Freiermuth. Have the Steelers addressed the offensive line yet? If we have Les Toast in here, man, tell me what you think of this pick. But I think they need to address their offensive line. Now I know I like Zach Banner. A lot of people are sleeping on Zach Banner, but I would think that they would go interior offensive line. I don't know if they've already replaced the center, but Pat Freiermuth is a dog, though. He's a beast. You kind of get two weapons, but no offensive guard, center, defensive end, linebacker, defensive tackle, cornerback. So those are their needs, along with tight end. But yeah, appreciate that super sticker, Menti Sports. If you wanted to put anything out, go ahead and type it in. Yeah, I hope so. But I said at least I just hope Devontae Smith destroys the Cowboys for his entire career. He might be, but I'm expecting I'm expecting Daniel Jones to be really, really good next year. Yeah, I hope Duke gets laid out soon. Exactly. They need to get an offensive line. They need to get some offensive line help badly. Well, let's see what their roster is looking like, because I got into it with a lot of Steelers fans at the beginning of the year, and they were like reading off the backups on their roster, and I did a little homework, and they had a little bit of depth on their team last year. So let's see if some of these players are still here at linebacker. I mean at lineman, at offensive lineman. You got J.C. Hassenauer. I don't think he was that good last year. That's their center. The Castro we all know is solid. Do they have another guard on their roster? Let's see if they show it. Okay, you got guys just listed. BJ Finney is someone I've heard of. Kevin Dodson. I guess they have guys that you can throw out there, but I like Zach Banner. I guess they have guys that they can throw out there, but I think you need some help. Oh yeah, I know the Castro is good. He's definitely their guy. The Castro and Zach Banner, I would say, is probably, from the outside looking in, are their best two offensive linemen. Zach Banner I like a lot. He dealt with some injuries last year. Check my Instagram request. Listen, I barely go on Instagram. I'll definitely check it out. Let's see. There's a little while into the Giants pick, so I can get out of this ESPN stream to see what people are sending me over there on Instagram. Let's see. What's good, G Nation? All right, let's see. See what I got on Instagram here. Yeah, they let Villanueva walk. He's going to the Ravens. That's what they're saying. The rumor is that he's going to the Ravens after everything. Everybody, yeah, I just saw what you sent me, Max, on Instagram. There's one Giants fan panicking, and everybody else is. That's hilarious. One Giants fan panicking, and everybody celebrating the Ojulari pick. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, that dude is what we call a casual, I guess. I've never called anybody a casual, but that's probably my first time. Or maybe he wanted a JOK or something. Or maybe he wanted to go offensive line. Who knows? So I would give the Kadarius Toney pick a B, and I would give the Ojulari pick an A, depending on how it is with the injuries. But from what I know, I would give it an A. This is the Seahawks' first pick, by the way. Eskridge. Now, again, why would the Seahawks not address the offensive line? Why would they not address? I like Dwayne Eskridge. And Dwayne Eskridge is someone that I thought would be there in the third or fourth round. But he's very explosive. He's underrated, definitely. But you didn't have problems scoring points. You had problems protecting Russell Wilson. You had problems doing a ton of things because of your offensive line. But Eskridge is definitely a good player. The Seahawks are going to go crazy this year. But I mean, they needed offensive line. Yeah, all of the top offensive linemen I'm open to take, man. Whether it be Quinn Miners, whether it be it could be whether it be Quinn Miners, Josh Myers, Wyatt Davis. I consider in the third round. I didn't like him much in the second round, but in the third round, I 100% consider Wyatt Davis. Ben Cleveland, 100%. Trey Smith is still available, so I like it. I like pretty much anybody we go with and on the offensive line in the third round. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, Russell Wilson, he kind of runs himself in the sacks too. So, yeah, I agree with you. He does that sometimes. Yeah, man. I'm excited about these future picks, though. 100%. 2 1s, 2 3s, 2 4s. Looking over here at this tablet. I just really, man, like, can we accelerate these picks, man? I think I'm probably going to. I'm not trying to stay on here to be honest with you. Not trying to stay on here until 12 again. So hopefully the Giants can make their pick and not trade back again. And we can get some calls in here and we can go for a little while and then I'll, dip out of here after that. But so far I'm liking the draft. First 2 picks are flawless. I would have taken probably Rashad Bateman over Tony, but either way, I think Tony's going to help us out a lot. All we got to do is just cap this day off with the center or guard prospect and stick him at right guard. Yeah, I didn't see what were ESPN saying. What were they saying about the Giants? I'm watching the stream, but I'm like talking and reading the chat at the same time, so I didn't hear what they said. I'm not worried. I think one will be there. I'm just kind of worried about, do they think that they're a quality offensive line? Because we might we might have someone like Ben Cleveland on the board and the Giants don't like him. And all of a sudden we end up in a situation where they just pass on him and take Chaz Surratt, which I would like, as he's a good player, but I think we need to take an offensive lineman. And shout out to EJ007 for becoming a member, man. We don't have much members right now, so it's open. I'm listening to suggestions any members have. The early film sessions were part of being a member. And there's going to be some more film sessions coming out. You'll still get those early. Other than that, again, we're open. I'm working on a Discord for members. Working on a lot of stuff for members, and I'm open to suggestions. Thanks for becoming a member. And Terrace Marshall, I expected to go to the Ravens, and Rashad Bateman going, dropping pretty much was all the Ravens wanted. Oh, yeah, I mean, they always do that. ESPN, NFL Network, they always act like that, and I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they always find a way to talk about us indirectly. They always find a way to force a laugh about our quarterbacks and about our players and all of that stuff. Listen, that's just how they feel about the Giants. It's just how they feel. Is that Michael Brockers? That's Orlando Pace. I don't know why I said Michael Brockers. Yeah, I disagree. We're not going to get into a DJ debate here, man. We're having a good time. Tutu Atwell. That's a Rams pick. 100%. And listen, there's another run on these receivers. Now. So everybody's saying that we can just grab a receiver anywhere. These receivers are starting to go. And I don't think Tutu Atwell is even – I don't really like Tutu Atwell all that much. In the second round, no. I mean, for me, he was a 5th-round guy. 4th or 5th-round guy. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't think he's a horrible player, but I don't think in this receiving class he deserves to go right here. But he's going to be good on the Rams. Now, I want to see the Chiefs take a receiver right here. No, we're not. We're not taking another receiver. I don't think. I just don't see us taking another receiver. Maybe if Tamori Terry somehow falls to the 5th or 6th round, maybe. But I don't think we're taking another receiver in this draft, and unless it's 6th round and they just are sticking out like a sore thumb. And if that happens, John Ross and Dante Pettis can kick. They're done. They're gonna have to kick rocks. And listen, now I'm hoping that receivers are going off the board, so they can put some of these offensive linemen down. I don't think the Rams have any edge guys, but they got Aaron Donald, so. I hope the Chiefs take Dyami Brown. Yeah, I'm definitely. Elijah Mitchell was my number one guy in the 5th round. I really want Elijah Mitchell in the 5th round. I really want to yeah, that's my number one guy in the 5th round. I think that's the perfect place to get a running back in the 5th round, and I think he'll be there. We also have Rob Sell, the old offensive coordinator for his for where Elijah Mitchell is coming out of, Louisiana. So I think it's the perfect fit, and I think he is explosive, and he's going to make our offense better whenever Saquon or Devontae Booker aren't on the field. Have I been saying Elijah Moore for a second? I meant to say Elijah Mitchell. Hopefully I wasn't saying Elijah Moore. But yeah, I was talking about Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, but the Tutu Atwell pick makes no sense to me. It doesn't make much sense to me. Now, listen, if Tutu Atwell, I feel like you could have gotten him later, and that's why I'm saying this. But I do think they'll be able to use him because they like to run all those reverses. They like to run all of that misdirection and use their receivers as running backs. And Tutu Atwell is going to do that well. Isn't it nice, for them to say your needs for the draft and you only have 2 needs, defensive end and linebacker? You can do that, in a blink of an eye. Nick Bolton look at this value, man. Look at the value, man. That's crazy value. We all had Nick Bolton going to the Chiefs or to the Packers or hoping that he fell to the Chiefs or Zaven Collins in the 1st round. And the Chiefs are scooping him up. That's crazy in the 2nd round. Nick Bolton is a dog, man. If anybody's watching ESPN, oh my God. I just had to I had to eat some chips real quick, but if anybody is watching ESPN, if you just saw that hit that Nick Bolton put on that receiver coming into the slot, that was awful, man. Like the dude was like laid out, he wasn't moving. But Nick Bolton is a really good player, and that's a really good pick for the Chiefs in the 2nd round. Oh my God, Jalen Mayfield is still on the clock. Listen, Jalen Mayfield still being on the board makes me feel very good about how I'm evaluating talent, because I said that he wasn't a first round kind of talent or even maybe a second round kind of talent, because Jalen Mayfield does not use his hands at all. He has great feet. He has great athleticism. He has great strength, but he doesn't use his hands at all. And apparently these teams are agreeing with me, because Jalen Mayfield is still on the clock, and he has no business still on the clock with his athleticism and his size and his strength. His technique needs a lot of work. I don't think we need we already brought in Mike Glennon to be a backup. The fifth round quarterback this year isn't going to be better than Mike Glennon. Maybe they will be in the long run, but in his first year, they're not going to be better than Mike Glennon just coming off the bench. So there's no point in doing that, especially when we need a backup running back. We could probably use another linebacker, and we need to get some offensive line depth in here. Preferably 2 offensive linemen, maybe even defensive tackle depth, more than we need a backup quarterback. Yeah, I saw that, man. Like, Nick Bolton laid that dude out horribly. I don't like Kenny Yeboah that much. Kenny Yeboah reminds me of a less talented Evan Ingram, so I don't really like him that much. I've watched a lot of his tape, a lot of it, and he just doesn't stick out to me, man. He drops passes sometimes. I just don't like it, man. Who would I have chosen in the first round? It would have been Rashad Bateman at 20. It would have been either Rashad Bateman or Darisaw. But I understand the other pick, and I don't hate it. I mean, I like the pick. It's just not the pick I would have made. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that. And we also were rumored to be, interested in Cordero Patterson, and hopefully, Kadarius Toney is a better version of Cordero Patterson, a guy who can return kicks and is great in open space. And he's actually, hopefully, he's going to be a better receiver than him, a lot better, like a ton better. Yeah, we're going to do call-ins as soon as the Giants make that pick, man. As soon as they make that pick, I'm going to drop the link. I'm gonna start bringing people in. Like the minute they make that pick, and I get my reaction video up and all of that, I'm just gonna open it up, and we'll go about 30 minutes, and then I'll probably end the stream. Yeah, I would have considered Tevin Jenkins, but I think Darisaw is better. But Tevin Jenkins probably has a bigger ceiling as far as how he plays. I like those kind of linemen on the line, man. Creed Humphrey, Creed Humphrey is still on the board. Hold up, he can't be on the board still. There's no way. There's no way he's still on the board. Oh my God, Creed Humphrey's still on the board. Offensive line, interior offensive line, horribly. That's what I want third round. Panthers took Marshall. I love it, man. he's gonna have some space to make some plays. They got DJ Moore there. They got Robbie Anderson there, and Terrace Marshall's gonna play on the other side. He can play inside and out. Ran a 4-3. I don't think that was a legit 4-3, but he ran it. Terrace Marshall was gonna be a possible star. A dude is 6'3", and he's really like a legit route runner, man. Appreciate that. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. I'm not even on YouTube, so I can't see what the like ratio is, but hey, hopefully it's not disrespectful, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. But Terrace Marshall's a big dude that can run routes, and I don't know why he lasted this long. Well, yeah, the Giants should 100% have a shot at one of these linebackers. I mean, one of these offensive linemen. Kendrick Green, Creed Humphrey, Josh Myers, ton of guys. You already know that Joe Brady made this pick. That didn't make the pick, but heavily influenced that he wanted Terrace Marshall on the team. Because Terrace Marshall was his big slot a couple of years ago. Sam Darnold got a squad. Sam Darnold has a squad now. Yeah, I think that's hurting him too, but I think Creed Humphrey could also play guard. I think he could definitely play guard. And Creed Humphrey, I mean, was arguably, some people thought he was better than Landon Dickerson. I did more research on Landon Dickerson, but I can just pull up his injury sheet. I don't think he's dealt with too much injury stuff. I mean, maybe there's an injury we don't know about. They still need to get a tackle for Darnold, though. Pete Werner, I love that pick, man. I love that pick. Keep him away. I mean, keep taking positions that we don't really care about. I want to preserve Jabril Cox. I want to preserve the interior offensive lineman. Wisconsin linebackers are very good. They're usually very good. You think about Chris Borland. You think about Ryan Conley. You got two coming out that I think are really good. Yeah, he's a tackle machine. Yeah, I can't see. Let's see what was going on with Creed Humphrey and his injuries. I'm seeing a lot of stuff pop up actually with injuries, like him missing games and stuff, missing practices at least with Creed Humphrey. Who knows, man? Either way, Creed Humphrey should not be at the end of the second round. I mean, if he can drop to us at the beginning of the third round, I feel really good. Try to get this Azeez Ojulari video up. Shout out to Minty Sports for the $2 super chat. Any guard left that can start immediately over Shane. There's about 6 or 7 guards that I think can start immediately over Shane. Maybe more. That'd be Quinn Miners, Ben Cleveland. Creed Humphrey can slide over to guard. Trey Smith. You got I'm missing some people. Missing a lot of people. But that's 4 right there I can think of. I keep forgetting them. But there's about 6 or 7 guards right now that I think can be starting over Shane Lemieux. And I don't think all of them are going to go before we draft. I love it though. Like I saw people like doing interviews. Dave Dill did an interview for with MSG, and he said that he would take Azeez Ojulari at 11 because he reminded him of Ossai the way he came off of the football. So for us to get him in the second round is very, very good. It's easy money. And I think Azeez Ojulari has all the potential in the world, man. I don't think they're going to take 2 guards. I think if they were going to do that, they would have gotten a guy in free agency. Will Hernandez isn't horrible. Will Hernandez isn't going to kill your line. Yeah, I didn't forget about Deontay Brown. I just think him and Lemieux are pretty even. I think he might have the potential to be better than Lemieux in the run game, and Lemieux's pretty good in the run game. But as far as the pass game, maybe he's a little bit better, but I wouldn't feel confident, him going against speed rushers day one. But I wouldn't be mad if we took Deontay Brown at all. He's a big physical dude, man. Like played at like 360, 370. We can definitely take offense the rest of the draft. No problem with that. No problem at all. Just continue to take interior offensive linemen, continue to take it. That's where Spencer Brown is still on the board, man. Spencer Brown is Spencer Brown is really good. And this is why I'm just so relaxed here. I mean, you didn't get like a huge reaction when we got Ojulari because it's like we should get good players. The way we're positioned right here and the way that this draft is played out, we should get good players. And another pass rusher I'm looking at, and I see that they've moved him way up, Mel Kiper at least, is Malcolm Kuntz. He has a lot of great tools. And I wanted him in the 4th or 5th round, but it seems like, at least Mel Kiper thinks more of that than him. All right, Buffalo making their pick. And this is when we're going to get into no, these aren't comp picks yet. Carlos Basham, the Bills are just getting richer, man. That's really good for the Bills. I forgot where the Bills went first round, but this defense is looking crazy. Let's see where the Bills went first round. I can't remember. Oh, they got Rousseau and Basham. Okay, so they got Rousseau and Basham. That's interesting. I will say that Rousseau, I like him against the run. So Basham and Rousseau against the run is going to be really good, depending on where they line Rousseau up. If the Bills run a 4-3, and that's really good because them on the edges, they're going to shut down. One thing that's what Rousseau will do, he'll definitely be able to shut down a lot of this run stuff. His leverage might be an issue, but I think Rousseau will be decent against the run. Basham is going to be really good against the run and elite against the pass, which is funny because if you swap these 2 picks, I feel like this is an A+ draft because I would have taken Basham at the end of the 1st round and Rousseau at the end of the 2nd round. Yeah, Greg will play inside, outside, but two nice players they added to their defensive line back to back because the Bills really don't have any dire needs. But hey, I like Basham a lot. He actually came to the draft. Seems like. Oh, that's not him. Somebody announcing the Packers pick. I like how they're kind of speeding this up. Looks like they're speeding this up. Shout out to local. Shout out to Joseph Chart. Listen, guys, I had about 3 hours of sleep last night. Shout out to Joseph Clark for the 199 super chat. I'd love to double down on edge or linebacker at 76. You wouldn't want to take a offensive lineman there? I feel like we have to take an offensive lineman here. Inside offensive line. Josh Myers is gone right there. Yeah, we got to go offensive line at 76, in my opinion. Now, the value for edge rusher and linebacker is 100% going to be there. And I would love to double down. But at the same time, I think we need an offensive lineman. Yeah, we might be able to get somebody in the fourth round, but I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it, man, because Josh Myers just went right here. The Chiefs could very well take an offensive lineman here. I don't think they will because they did get a lot of guys in free agency, but these linemen could start going pretty soon. And I don't want to wait an entire new 32 picks or 30 whatever picks because the picks get rearranged. I don't want to wait all that time to hope that one of those guys drop to us. I think there's probably going to be a lot more defensive edge and linebacker talent in the fourth round than there will be interior offensive line. But hopefully I'm wrong and we do get an impact defender again, and then we go offensive line fourth round. As long as we get two starters that are good starters, I'm happy. Yeah, I wasn't really a Myers guy. I wasn't really a Myers guy either. But it shows that, they could possibly start to go off the board. But I'm liking that they're speeding this draft up, man. Chiefs are about to make their pick here. Hey, I need Mel Kiper to stop talking about Quint Miners, man. Like, that's the guy I want for the Giants. Quint Miners or Ben Cleveland are my two guys that I really would like on the Giants. I hope the Chiefs, this is their second pick in the second round, I think. Again, I want the Chiefs to take a receiver. I really want the Chiefs to take a receiver. If we take a Liam McNeil, man, over, I think we need a linebacker more than a defensive tackle, and we 100% need interior offensive line help over a D tackle. But I do like a Liam McNeil, and he's still on the board. He's 100% worth the pick we'll have, but I just can't see us taking a defensive tackle. But I do like a Liam McNeil a lot. I think he's better than a lot of guys that went so far. Okay, so the Chiefs get Creed Humphrey. Again, it's looking like it's going to be a run right here on these offensive linemen, which is why I don't want to wait an entire new round. Did Quinn Miners just go? Oh, boy, I hope not. I hope not. Yeah, we got to grab an offensive lineman with this next pick. I haven't done any work on him, to be honest with you. I really haven't done any work on Minute. I really haven't. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, if it's Minute or Mene, but I haven't really done any work on him. So I couldn't confidently tell you if he's bad or good. Oh boy. I like Wyatt Davis, but I don't like him that much. I do think he can start for us, and I take him in the third round. But I think that's his value. I just don't like. I don't like the way he plays. I just want him to finish more, but he does have the tools. He has a lot of the technical stuff you want. How about them Eagles? Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what happens when you combine the Cowboys and Eagles. Like they teamed up yesterday. But the Eagles are having a pretty good draft. Eagles got Devontae Smith and Creed Humphrey, Landon Dickerson, first 2 rounds. I think they're having a good draft. Landon Dickerson is somebody I liked, and I guess I'm gonna have to hate him now. But yeah, they got 2 good players. It really is. The NFC East is very toxic, especially on Twitter. Very toxic. I'm waiting to see who the Buccaneers take here. Like, because I'm trying to see how many more picks we have. Yeah, you're gonna have to, man. Yeah. Just like I'm gonna have to root against Kelvin Joseph, even though he's kind of not really a LSU Tiger anymore. He kind of went to Kentucky, but I was kind of rooting for him, but now I can't because he's a Cowboy. Let's see. The Chiefs pretty much just bounced back. The Chiefs, they pretty much got their tackles back. They signed. They traded for Orlando Brown and they signed another tackle. So the Chiefs don't really need a tackle at this point, which is crazy. Orlando Brown, yeah. Orlando Brown Jr., they got him. And that's a Pro Bowl, all pro type of left tackle. So the Chiefs are really good right now on the offensive line, which is why I said I put out a tweet last week or something saying that the Chiefs rebuilt their offensive line in about 2 weeks. They cut everybody and rebuilt the offensive line in 2 weeks. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm trying to see when the Giants pick is because I know it alternates with teams that have the same record. We're picking 12th. Okay. So we're picking 12th in the third round. We picked 11th, first round, 10th, second round, and 12th, third round. So we're picking 12th, third round. So teams that I think could possibly go interior O line, maybe the Texans, maybe the Bengals. Panthers could probably use a tackle. They're probably looking at Spencer Brown heavily. I think Washington might be able to use a guard. They're actually, I think they're more of a tackle needy team. Cowboys could. No, they got themselves some pretty solid guards. So I just don't see all of the guards being off the board by the time we pick. I like Deontay Brown, but I wouldn't take him over the other guys that are on the board right now. I think that he needs some more work as a pass protector, and I think that's the only reason we want to replace Shane Lemieux. Yeah, I love Ben Cleveland. That's my number one guy. My number one guy right here on the board is Ben Cleveland. That's what I want. Ben Cleveland, Quinn Miners, Wyatt Davis, Trey Smith, All 4 of those guys are guys I will be really happy with taking. So, out of those 4 picks, I mean, all 4 of those interior offensive linemen can't be gone. It's just impossible. Yeah, Azeez in this Patrick Graham system is going to be a movie, man. Like, he's so explosive off the edge. Did they take Trey Smith right here? I'm seeing some people in a group chat talking about Trey Smith. Let's hope he didn't go right here. They can't take all these interior offensive linemen before us, man. I hate these long speeches these people that read these picks come out for, man. Like, I'm not trying to hear these long speeches. Just read the pick, man. Just read the pick. Just read the pick. I never told you, J Dub, but shout out to you for the goated profile picture. Kyle Trask. Huh. That's funny. That just guaranteed them a Super Bowl. My friend who's a Tom Brady fan literally texted me the second they made that pick. That's hilarious. Yeah, he's a developmental guy. But that just guaranteed them a win, pretty much. And guaranteed them a Super Bowl win because they just pissed off Tom Brady. What's going on, Mr. Finesse? I don't know if Kellen Mond is better. Kellen Mond is more mobile, but I like Kyle Trask. I didn't like him in college because I mean I just didn't like his team watching him play, but I think he's a good player. Like if this was 2007 or 2008, he'd be a first round pick, no problem. They just don't like him because he's not mobile. Yeah, I cannot wait to dive back into this Ojulari film. I have a ton of Ojulari tape that I can go back and watch, and I can't wait to go back and look at it because I think he's very explosive, very very explosive. But Kyle Trask is really underrated, man. He was a guy that just really just went out there and did his thing, and he really didn't get credit for it because of the talent he played with, which is kind of what happened with Mac Jones. But Kyle Trask is like really not mobile. Mac Jones is kind of not mobile, but Kyle Trask really isn't mobile. All right, let's see where Jacksonville goes. First pick of the third round. Cisco in the third? I forgot he was even in his draft. They get their safety in the third round. That is a starter. That's a good player in the third round. I don't think he compares well to them. I mean, I just think he's not even the same kind of player as far as he's not really a 4-3 end, but hopefully he gets the kind of production they got. Yeah, yeah, definitely. He took over that game 100%. We have to go. We have to get an offensive lineman here. Yeah, that's my comp. A lot of people, I saw some people saying they don't like that comp because it's like a Florida thing, but I really think he reminds me of Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin is more of an athlete than him, but I think Kadarius Toney has a lot of the same skills as Percy Harvin, and he's not going to have to deal with the migraines, and he's going to get to develop into a better route runner. So, it's pretty much what Percy Harvin would have been if he would have gotten to stay healthy. And Percy Harvin was really a problem. He just had all those issues with his migraines. Yeah, but this is very fixable. Very, very fixable. I mean, I understand he dips his head because he's always trying to get the big impact, devastating block, but that's fixable. I'm not worried about that. And I like somebody that wants to go out there and just destroy somebody like that. But yeah, you're right. It is a bad habit. Jabril Cox is still on the board. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna fake excitement or fake anger. I mean, when you see anger or excitement from me, it's gonna be genuine excitement. I'm not saying anybody else is faking, but I'm not gonna fake. I'm a chill person more often than not. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right, man. I know you're probably thinking of the Todd Gurley thing, but I'm just gonna think positive, and I'm just gonna say that he'll be all right. Andre Cisco just went on the last pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. One thing about Kadarius Toney is he did play quarterback, but I definitely want to see him used on a whole bunch of those like reverse end around kind of plays. I want to see him used on those kind of plays and some screen plays, and then him throw the ball because he said he's thrown the ball like 70, 80 yards before. So I want to see him run some plays like that. Oh my God. I'm looking at Creed Humphrey in his house. I don't know if you all can see this. They will be attacking his knees from the chop blocks and stuff, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's probably not a consistent like every play we're tackling, you're getting tackled by your knees. But look at Creed Humphrey. I don't know if you all can see this. Probably can't. But if anybody can go on Twitter and just go on the account called Stadium, Creed Humphrey is in a house, and Creed Humphrey isn't a small like petite person at all, but he looks like a like an ant pretty much in his house. Yeah, I'll go ahead and retweet it. You all can see it. I'll go ahead and retweet it. He looks like he's in like a serious castle. Like they say he may live in a castle. He really looks like his ceilings have to be legit like 40 feet tall. And his couch makes him look like he's regular size. It's hilarious. I definitely appreciate that turtle snake. Yeah, everybody probably went home. That's sad, man. Exactly. That's a huge house already. Oh, the Vikings took Kellen Mond. I think it's about time to think about replacing that dude, Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, I like the pick. All right, I'm just updating this Ojulari video I did a couple months ago. Yeah, but I'm all down for replacing Kirk Cousins. At some point, he's got to be held accountable. like get this dude out of here. And Kirk Cousins has like made so much money. He's got the best agent ever, man. All right. Get this Ojulari video squared away. Yeah, I haven't hated any pick we made so far, so we're in good business. This is a relaxing draft. Like I feel like we're really just building a team that's really going to compete. He said they're going to take their Deshaun Watson replacement. I have no idea what's going on with Deshaun Watson. I hope that stuff isn't true, but at the same time, I would hope that all those people wouldn't come up with all of that stuff against them. So that's kind of a conflicting thing, man. Brevin Jordan is, I don't know. He's a receiving tight end 100%, and he's someone that can be a weapon. This is a round where I expect him to go in the third round. But another guy I want is Tommy Tremble. If we can get him in the fourth, I'd like that. He can block almost as well, pretty much as well as Pat Fryermuth, and he can really catch the ball. A lot of places. I think a lot of teams are just going to clear stuff up if he is, if he does get cleared up. Why do we have to hear it's like literally when these people come to the podium, it's like I have to listen to his stand-up routine. Right now, I'm Ben Cleveland all the way. Quinn Miners, Ben Cleveland or Quinn Miners. That's what I'm looking for. This dude is giving his entire life story, man. We want you to read the pick and we want you to move along. Exactly. Like they're giving their entire life story about his dad being a Browns fan, man. Like, I don't care. Sorry. Oh, okay. So they did take Davis Mills. Wow. I didn't think that they would start to look to replace him, but they did. They got a guy. Okay. I think Davis Mills is someone who could possibly be a starter in the future. Now I don't know what he'll be doing right now. I don't know who the starting quarterback for the Texans is right now. If Deshaun Watson isn't playing there, so maybe it's Davis Mills. Yeah, let's hurry it up. Let's get these picks going. Yeah, I like Davis Mills. He's gonna be a yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's something that you hope he didn't do, but at the same time, you hope that people wouldn't make up stories. So it's just bad either way. It's bad either way. Because that's a horrible thing to make something up about. That was the Texans' first pick, I think. Wow, that's sad. Falcons take Jalen Mayfield. He wasn't on my radar. I didn't want that dude anywhere near my team. Like Jalen Mayfield has all the tools, but somebody that's not good with their hands, I don't like. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Get it done, man. I think some of them they tell them to like give a long story or something. Or some of them, some people just like to give. They just love to just give their life story and just be long winded. All right, just trying to get this Ojulari video squared away before I have to screen cap again for our next pick. What? What? Why did we trade up? Yeah, I don't know what just happened. I accidentally refreshed the page, I think. Yeah, now these picks are going too fast. I noted the Giants did not take Aaron Robinson. They traded up to take him. All right, I'm okay. Joseph Ossai goes off the board to the Bengals. All right, so the Giants have apparently traded up to 71 to take Aaron Robinson, the cornerback out out of UCF. The guy is 6'4", 236. This looks like this is wrong. Let me see if I can get his actual stats up here. Okay, yeah, we got his real stats up here. I'm like, that was listed wrong. 5'11", 186. You traded up to take a cornerback. Who's going to play right guard, people? Who's going to play right guard? Where Ben Cleveland, Trey Smith, Quinn Miners are all on the board. Hopefully they last into the fourth round. Hopefully I'm crazy. But even if that's all true, you got Jabril Cox there on the board. You got Chaz Surratt there on the board. And you take Aaron Robinson. You take Aaron Robinson. I don't care what we gave up to trade. People are saying we gave up a fifth round pick. That was very stupid. I don't get that. I don't care what we gave up to do that. Why would we trade up to take Aaron Robinson? First off, let me see who else is on the board here. Let me see who else is on the board here, because this doesn't make much sense to me at all. I'm going to have to try to find some tape on him. But let's see what we have here on the board if we want to look at cornerbacks. I want to see what we have on the board here, because this is a stupid pick. I'm going to just call it what it is. It's a stupid pick, and I don't agree with it. So let's see what's here on the board here. If we wanted to take a corner so bad, and he's not going to get a chance to prove me wrong, because he's going to be our 5th or 6th corner. And we took him in the 3rd round. We took him in the 3rd round. Is he going to take Darnay Holmes' job? All right, let's see. We got Melifonwu on the board right here. A guy who had in the 1st round. Elijah Molden, probably the best slot in this draft. Paulson Adebo, somebody I loved. I would not have taken Aaron Robinson. I don't see it. This is very stupid, in my opinion, especially when we don't have a guard right here. And I'm disgusted. I really don't like this pick at all. We could have gone right guard, and it shows probably that the Giants are a lot more confident than the public is at their right guard spot, and they like Shane Lemieux at right guard. Hopefully, Shane Lemieux plays bad. I mean, hopefully he plays good and proves all of us wrong, but we had a great chance to get a starting guard here in the 3rd round, and we very well could. But to say that we take Aaron Robinson here, to say that we go Aaron Robinson right here over guys like Chaz Surratt, over guys, let's see what else is here at linebacker. Over guys like Baron Browning, in my opinion, I would have taken over him. Over guys like Jabril Cox, who is the best coverage linebacker in this draft. Let's see what else we could have gone with. Let me look at the overall board. I would have taken Tommy Tremble over him. Tight end is a bigger need than cornerback, and you're not getting a premium cornerback. Where is he going to play? Is he better than Darnay Holmes? Now he has to be better than Darnay Holmes, or he's a bust day one. So let's see what's here. Let's see what's here. Quint Miners was available again. Melifonwu was there. Forsyth, a tackle. A tackle is here on the board. Milton Williams. I didn't want to go defensive tackle, but I'd rather do that than take a cornerback that I don't even think is in the top 3 or 4 cornerbacks on the board right now. Spencer Brown, a tackle here. Deontay Brown, a guard here. I just don't understand what possessed them to take this, especially over Melifonwu. I don't understand what's going on, why we didn't take Melifonwu if we wanted to go corner. Maybe they want a guy who could play on the inside, but this pick makes no sense. I would have gone to Lee McNeil. Again, I would have gone with Jabril Cox, Wyatt Davis, any of these guards here. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know if this was a Gettleman thing, if this was a Judge thing. It looks like they all came together and made this pick. But to say that, I just don't get it. Aaron Robinson. And now it's finally showing up on my screen. And we got Giants fans clapping for Aaron Robinson, but they booed Azeez Ojulari. They're saying he's a physical guy, but why are you? I understand that he might be a good slot corner for us, but we have a slot corner. This dude better be. Hey, listen, I'm ready for him to come in here and prove me wrong. He better take that job away from Darnay Holmes. I better not see Darnay Holmes getting any snaps in the slot this year. I better not see him taking any snaps in the slot this year, because this dude, Aaron Robinson, better lock that whole position down. He better lock that up. I don't want to see any catches there. I want to see big plays. He needs to prove me wrong, because to take him over guys that we can start on the offensive line and guys that we can start at linebacker, who I believe are just better players than him, I can't justify this. I can't justify this, man. I would have taken another receiver before I would take another corner. Chad Surratt was a bit Ronnie Perkins. I would have doubled up on edge rusher. And then one thing that I'll say is maybe you do go corner here. Maybe you feel like he's that good of a player. Maybe you feel like he is, a player that's warranted this pick and you just had to have him. Why trade up for him? If he was going to go soon, I mean, be relaxed and just wait for what falls to you. Didn't you say that, Joe Judge, yesterday? You have to be relaxed and wait to see how the board develops. See what falls to you. Because we're in a position right now where we gave up our 5th round pick, which I wanted to use for a backup running back. It's a late pick, so I'm not angry because of a 5th round pick, but we traded up to take Aaron Robinson. Now, he might be a good player, and I definitely haven't done research too deep on this corner class, past the first couple rounds because I didn't think we needed a corner. I haven't seen too much of him, but from what I've seen, I would have Melifonwu as a better player. Melifonwu probably can't play in the slot, and that's why he went over him for the Giants. But my thing is, Darnay Holmes is someone that could have very well been used in the slot this year. Do you not believe in him? He had a great rookie season last year, and now you're bringing up a guy to compete with him instead of bringing in a guy like Jabril Cox, who's going to really make things different, a guy like Chad Surratt, or a guy who can start for you at right guard. So I do not like this pick. Hopefully he proves me wrong. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And let's see who the Eagles take just to rub it in. They probably are going to take somebody that I wanted. Milton Williams. And that's someone that I would have taken if I would have gone defensive tackle. I don't get it. You guys might like it. I cannot justify this. To trade up to take this, I cannot justify it. To trade up to take a slot corner when Jabril Cox was there, when these offensive linemen were there. I can't justify it. I can't do it, man. I'm out. I can't. I'm not out of the stream. That was my video. I'm not out of the stream, but I just don't understand why we made that pick. I don't understand why we made that pick. That makes no sense to me. And yeah, I'm going to take some call-ins, and I'm just going to let you guys vent. I'm going to take some call-ins to see how you guys are feeling about this. Give me a second to grab this, but I think I just dropped the link in there. Yeah, you guys call in, and I'm going to let you guys vent. Give me 1 second. All right. So we got one caller so far, and I'm just going to let you guys go, man. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling back about us trading up? Not just taking them, but trading up. Take a slot corner when we already had a slot corner who probably was the best slot as a rookie last year.
Were these guys not watching Darnay Holmes last year?
I don't think they did.
I mean, we have other needs. Like, we haven't addressed the O-line yet. White, or what's his name?
Wyatt Davis, Ben Cleveland,
yeah.
Quinn Miners, yeah.
We could have taken the guy that the Eagles just took. Man, I'm gonna try not to complain too much because I think we've had a great draft up until then. But I can't see what they're doing here. Maybe depth, but I think it's too early to be going with depth pieces.
Yeah, I don't think that. And it's not that I don't think he can play outside. I mean, I just don't see him doing that in this, with what we have already. But my thing is, even if he becomes like a great slot corner, it's like he has to be so much better than Darnay Holmes that it justified trading up for him.
Right.
And I just don't see that happening.
The only other logical explanation is they don't believe that Adoree' can stay healthy. But what are you doing given that guy a contract,
Exactly.
You don't think he can stay healthy.
Exactly. Because I understood possibly taking like a J.C. Horn or a Pat Surtain because like they're just that good. Mm-hmm. So, Darnay Holmes would just have to slide down a peg. Mm-hmm. But to trade up for this guy, I just don't understand it.
No, doesn't make any sense. I guess he could be solid as a number 2 if he did get hurt, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
And it's like maybe that is their plan, that he could be a solid number 2, but again, why? Why would you pay Adoree' Jackson if you're not concerned, if you don't think that he can play the whole year?
To do that job.
Yeah. But other than that, what are you thinking of the rest of the draft and the Ojulari pick and the Toney pick?
So we have 10 picks next year, which is going to be great. So my thinking of it was I really wanted Slater at 11. That was the guy that I wanted. Obviously, Waddle wasn't there. Devontae Smith wasn't there.
Exactly.
And I was originally skeptical, but I don't think the Bears will be very good next year. So even with Justin Fields. So I think we're going to be getting a top 15 pick next year as well. And getting a guy like Kadarius Toney is going to help us out tremendously. Because we did have 3 pretty good receivers before, but there's one of them is definitely going to get injured. And having a backup like that who can play on special teams. I was watching his tape today. He was also lethal in the running game for Florida.
He was really versatile.
Yeah, and he had almost 1,000 yards, basically being the number 2 option behind Pitts all year. I think it was really impressive. He had that really big game against Alabama, which was so I think he could be a really good player for us. Did we overdraft a little? Maybe, but getting Azeez with that 50th pick, I think was huge as well. He was a guy that people were saying could go top 20, and we actually traded back in the second round and still were able to get him. I thought that was huge. So walking away with Toney and Azeez, I feel like is really big. And the 10 picks next year, I was ecstatic about this draft until now, obviously. But, there's still time. We can still make some other picks. They were talking about another backup running back.
I was thinking we would get that with our 5th round pick, but we just traded it away. So
I don't even know who we could go with. I know Chuba Hubbard's still there.
I wouldn't do that until at least the 5th round, just because I feel like we need to address the offensive line. I don't know if they believe that, but I feel like that.
I think we got to get another guard. Yeah. At tackle, I think we will probably be all right because I think Thomas is going to have a much better year next year. Also, Peart next year. And then we have Gates at center. But I think we could use another guard, and I think that's what we'll be doing with that 4th round pick. Or I hope at least. Maybe one of those guards stays up for us. But and then maybe with those. So we traded the 5th? Is that what happened?
Yeah, we traded that 5th away.
Okay. So maybe with the 6th pick, we take a running back.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that probably the best depth at that point is probably going to be receiver, but there should be some running back, I guess, that will probably slide that we probably will look at. But I mean, I guess we're not really looking for someone to play heavy snaps because they obviously like Devontae Booker a lot. So, but we still need bodies because those are only 2 guys. All
right. Yeah. But they're going heavy on defense. I could definitely see this defense being a top 5 unit next year.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking that, especially with Ojulari. I mean,
Right.
if he's able to achieve, 70% of his potential, this defense is really scary.
Yeah, for sure. And you got those big guys in the middle, Williams, Lawrence, and the guy from the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, Odenigbo.
Yeah, Danny Shelton.
There's a lot of depth there.
An elite edge rusher like that, along with Reggie, the young linebackers we have this year, Blake Martinez, Tay Crowder, and then we got one of the best secondaries in the league. We should be able to lock down some of the top offenses this
year. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Diggy Zua's little brother just got picked a couple of picks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what he went to the Cowboys, so that sucks.
Yeah, can't root for him.
Yeah. But that kind of just ruined my day, man.
Not great.
See, and that was our last pick today too.
Yeah.
It just made so much sense to go to, and then Adebo goes here, which is a cornerback that I like if we were going to go corner, and he goes here like 10 picks after.
Yeah. It just baffles me. I don't know why we would go with we would pay Adoree that much money if we don't believe that he can stay healthy. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Do you think that this guy could potentially step in at safety? But even at safety, we got depth.
I don't see him playing any safety.
Yeah.
I just think it's just a thing where they believe that he's like an elite. They better not have taken him in the 3rd round to trade up for him to be. We better have the best special team squad in the league for the next 10 years. If that's the reason we took him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think they just saw him and they just say we like him a lot as an elite corner, as a possible elite corner in the future, and we just feel like we need to take him. Right. So I guess maybe they believe that he's better than Darnay Holmes. Or maybe they just feel like he'll be so great that you just couldn't pass on him, and he'll eventually step in and be our number 1 guy.
Yeah. I don't see anything negative about Darnay Holmes last year. I remember in that Cowboys game where he locked up CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly.
Yeah. But who do you think we're going to have returning kicks this year? Because last year Pepper struggled a little bit, but
well, the kicking game and the punting game, I guess those are 2 different things.
Right.
The punt game, you probably want someone that's like shiftier. They don't necessarily have to be the fastest. I think Kadarius Toney is the perfect person to return these punts.
Yeah.
For the kicking game, in my ideal world, I would have Saquon doing it, but obviously he's not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who's going to return kicks.
Because on Tony's tape, he is fast. I think he ran like a 4.39 or something, but he's so shifty that maybe on the punts he could be lethal. And I don't know if they would use John Ross on the kick returns. Obviously he's got the blazing speed, but
that's a good point. I would consider John Ross on kick returns, and that's if he makes the roster.
Right.
Because we still have some picks here, and if the Giants take another receiver at all in this draft, I don't think there's any way that, first off, John Ross and Dante Pettis can make the team, and Dante Pettis kind of already has a head start on him. So
he does,
I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm. As far as like the other guys in the division, Dallas still has one of the worst passing defenses in the league. Micah Parsons is a beast, but I'm not.
He's not going to cover anybody.
Yeah. Philly is terrible. They're still going to be terrible. They have like an aging roster, and Devontae Smith is not going to turn that franchise around. Although I believe he's a good wide receiver. Yeah. And Washington. Who did Washington take in the first round again?
They took Jamin Davis.
Yeah, he's good, but I think it was the general consensus that Washington was going to be our biggest challenge this year.
Yeah, that's what everybody pretty much thought.
They have a good roster, good defense.
Now it's kind of hard to find any holes in their defense.
Yeah. But so we might have a tough time scoring on that defense. but I'm not scared of their offense against our defense at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't scare me. In a nightmare scenario, I don't think it's possible, but I was talking to one of my buddies who was a Washington fan, and he said that he thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to end up in Washington.
Oh no, hopefully not.
But that wouldn't be great. But,
that's what I was scared about. Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson ending up there, because they have a team where they can afford to just give away first-round picks because they don't really need much. They even have, they're pretty much set on offense too, besides the tackle. Mm-hmm. And they just took Cosme, so.
Right, and they got weapons now. McLaurin is a beast. They got Curtis Samuel now too. Gibson is entering his second year. McKissick.
Yeah, that'd be very scary.
Yeah. The only thing that makes it like their offense makes it so their offense doesn't scare me is that Ryan Fitzpatrick is behind center.
Exactly.
Who's like, you kind of know what you're getting out of him. He's going to be not terrible. He's going to be able to manage games, but he doesn't scare me at the end of the day.
Yeah, you just hope that the 4 touchdown game he has is just not against you.
Yeah, basically.
And Chad Surratt just went off the board. Yeah.
Okay. Is the Ohio State guard still up there?
Yeah, Wyatt Davis is dropping a lot.
All right. Well, hopefully.
I just don't understand that pick we just made. I just don't understand it.
It kind of killed the momentum a little bit. I was feeling so good after the Azeez pick.
Like, I was so relaxed. I was like, hopefully it's one of like 15 players.
Yeah, and I just wanted any guard. Any guard.
Like, even if it was a guard that I hadn't even heard of, I was like,
from
okay.
Like a random college or something. But, yeah.
Let's see. I mean, it was such to me, like, because if we could say, like, imagine if someone came up to you. Some people didn't like where we took Kadarius Toney.
Right.
So imagine if someone came to you and said the Giants will trade back to 20 and they'll take Azeez Ojulari, and then in the second round they'll trade back again and take Kadarius Toney.
Exactly.
People would be like, that value is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we basically did it backwards, and we still got the same 2 players and the same amount of picks. So, I just hope that this dude Aaron Robinson is actually starting.
Yeah. Big question was why we went with Toney and not Bateman. I really think Toney fits our scheme better, although I think Bateman might be the better overall player. I don't know. I just think he's very versatile. I think he had somewhere near 150 rushing yards for Florida. Toney did last year.
Yeah, I think he has like 400 in the last 2 years or something.
Right, yeah. And I remember last year we were trying to incorporate some end arounds, but a lot of the time it was going to Ingram.
It was going to Ingram and Shepard, and
he was dropping the handoffs too. But yeah, that's going to be Florida was really effective in doing that with him last year, so it should be cool. Oh, and the Buccaneers took Trask too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it does kind of make sense. We don't know how much longer Brady's going to be playing there, but
yeah, I think Brady has at least about 2 more years, and then he left that clause in his contract so he can like opt out and go to another team. That to me is just scary. Like, he could legit be like 50 years old playing football.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem like he wants to stop.
No, I mean, he had another great year last year, but we almost beat them last year.
Yeah, I think we went Toney over Bateman because I think they really just wanted somebody who was a playmaker. Like, Bateman is a great route runner and he'll get open and everything like that. But we don't have anybody on this team until Toney that can catch a ball 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage and take it to the house. Besides Saquon, of course. But in the receiving core, we didn't really have that.
Yeah, we had Galladay was our deep threat, and Shepard was slot guy, and Slayton, same thing. Yeah, I think it was a good pick. He's super shifty. I wasn't zeroed in on him originally, but I think I saw your video on him.
A couple months back.
Yeah, when they announced the pick, I was like, "What?" And then he kind of had to grow on me for a second, but
exactly because I had been thinking okay, this is Rashad Bateman or Darisaw or Ojulari or something like that, and then when I heard it, I was like, wait a second, and then I just had to think, and I said, oh, okay, I had him going 20 a bunch of times in mock draft, so this is his value, in my head, so I think it's a solid pick. I just don't. Going back to the Aaron Robinson thing, I just don't get it.
I'm kind of trying not to be too negative right now, but I it's like, why?
I mean, I could understand being confident in the offensive line,
right?
But I feel like there were a lot better players on the board,
right? Yeah,
for things that we needed, yeah.
And I think the O-line progressively got better over the course of last year. But I still think it needs work. Over the past few years, Saquon's been running for his life in the backfield. We need to give Danny Dimes a little more time. There was just way more needs. We have two star corners and one beast rookie corner. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a depth piece. That's the only explanation for it. And third round is too early for a depth piece.
Third round is a starter. Get him. Listen, I mean, I believe Gettleman because I don't think that he would have traded up for him if he wasn't his best player available at 42. I do think that that's true, but I just don't think the fit is that true. I think the whole best player available thing got blown out of proportion.
Definitely.
Yes, you take the best player available, but you also want to take people that can play.
We drafted based on our needs this year, I think, mostly.
Yeah. It seems like they were heavily targeting a receiver no matter what. And they just said, if we can't get one here and it's not worth the value, we'll just trade down and get one.
Right, because I felt like if they were going to go best available, Rashawn Slater is the easy pick at 11. But I guess we were zeroed in on either Waddle or Smith, or if some scenario played out in which Chase dropped. I guess we were zeroed in on that. And I think it is very important for us to have weapons, because last year it was kind of painful to watch us on offense throwing to Ingram, Shepard for 5 yards.
We're finally going to be able to open things up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Ash Money?
Yo, what's going on? I just popped in. I'm in Ohio with my family, so I've been paying attention to the picks, but I haven't been on the streams or anything. So I finally got to be able to get on the stream. How y'all feel about the pick? I didn't see a reaction.
I recorded my reaction to the pick. It'll be up, but I just basically went on about a 10-minute rant about why I don't think we should have made that pick, and I just didn't like it at all. I didn't like anything about that pick.
Yeah, my thing is, I wouldn't have traded up for that, but I've been trying to tell people, this coaching staff has more faith, and I feel like this offensive line is way better than what we expect. Because, if you go back and look at the tape, Daniel Jones, really, he made throughout the season, the beginning of the season, when the offensive line was considered horrible, he made the offensive line look worse than it really was. That's at least what I saw, because his awareness was really
sometimes definitely
yeah. So, and I said this about the edges too. People were mad when we didn't take Kwity Paye or somebody. I'm like, we're putting fans, and of course we're drawn to this, right? Fans put too much stock into these for this year. They put too much stock into these edges, and some of these offensive line. And in terms of the edges, they're really not what we really expect them to be. They're not a top 10 type of talent. They're not going to be a Bradley Chubb or Chase. And if there were, they would have been selecting the top 10. But since we don't have that, we like to overrate these edges. So I really felt like the coaching staff felt like they was going to get an edge in round 2. Like I always said, like the Giants, I said we're not going to get an offensive line in round 2 because they're going to be in love with an edge, and not all of them are going to go in round 1. And at least somebody is going to be available, whether that was Phillips or Azeez. I thought one of those two would fall.
Yeah.
And Azeez fell. Now, in terms of the Kadarius Toney pick, I really, of course I was surprised by it, but I felt like he wasn't getting past in Baltimore or Green Bay. I really did. Because I felt like they valued him more than they did Terrace Marshall. And I know a lot of Giants fans value Terrace Marshall as a first-round talent. I thought Terrace Marshall was always going to go to the second. But I like Rashad Bateman more.
Yeah.
But Kadarius Toney fits this offense better in terms of what we need,
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We were just saying that he gives you a lot more yak that you didn't really have besides Saquon pretty much on this team.
Yeah, so and Rashad Bateman wouldn't be another Darius Slayton, but he would basically be like a more improved, more playmaking Darius Slayton. He's not gonna. He can take it, to the house, but he's not gonna be. You shouldn't rely on him to do that. He's gonna be another, receiver that is going to make a play, but he's not like a speedy, shifty, that type of guy like a Waddle is. He falls into that. Now he's not. I'm not saying he is Devontae Smith, but I'm just saying he's more of that Devontae Smith type of player. If we would have had him on this offense, that's the kind of role he would fall in.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that. So, I agree. I think that Baltimore valued the Minnesota, whatever his name, the Minnesota receiver, or Bateman.
Oh, Bateman.
Bateman over Toney.
Yeah.
He fits their scheme better because they've already got a guy like Marquise Brown. But I don't think that Toney would have fell to us at the 50th pick, or
42.
We were originally at 42, right? Yeah. I don't know because the Jets took Elijah Moore at.
And they're pretty similar. So.
I could have probably seen the Jets taking Toney there. I think he's more explosive and he's more versatile.
And people don't realize it because I didn't realize this at first because I was mad when we traded back. I know some people kind of like that, but it was just we had Devontae Smith go to the Eagles and Micah Parsons was still on the board, and I didn't want him to go to Dallas. I didn't want two of my top 2 players I would have picked go to our division rivals. But I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, let's say if there is a Bradley Chubb next year, or there is a Chase Young, and Chicago sucks, we can use that pick to take that edge.
Can't get it done this year.
And that's what I'm saying. If Daniel Jones can't get it done, we can use those 2 picks that we have next year, and then a couple other. Not even trade up. We could trade for Russell Wilson or Deshaun if everything.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah. I was thinking their first reason for getting these picks is just for anything you want future picks, and also if Daniel Jones flames out, you're going to have an opportunity to use those picks to go out and get another quarterback because you have a team pretty much built by the end of this year, and then free agency in the draft. You're going to have a really stacked team. So if you have a great quarterback with that,
And I feel like Judge, I feel like he's not going to want to get another rookie quarterback. I feel like he's going to want to because he's coming from a winning culture. So I don't think he's going to want to try to get another developmental player. He's going to want to trade or want to win now. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he would trade for Russell Wilson. He would trade for Deshaun. Hopefully, if everything pans out with Deshaun.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully that stuff isn't true, but at the same time, it will be tough to have that, have all those people make that up.
And here's my thing about Deshaun. It's just I don't think those concerns are stuff that's gonna affect his play on the field, because most of that stuff happened. If it did happen, it happened a while ago, and He went to the playoffs. He led the league in passing yards after. So my thing is just like, should we really be concerned about that? Like, if he gets cleared, or like, say if it's true and he's playing again, like, should we really be concerned about it?
Well, I wouldn't want somebody that was doing all that on my team.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, cause I don't know all the details, so maybe I'm
Seems like
speaking.
no one knows the details right now. There's just no information. But Houston drafted the quarterback, so
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if everything pans out, Chicago will have a top 5 pick. We could trade that and let Houston get their quarterback if the dude they drafted wasn't the guy. So
the guy at A&M, I think.
Yeah. I heard that they said that the Giants said they're going to use like their last 2 picks to draft offensive linemen.
That's disgusting. They better not
That's
do
what
that.
I heard.
I don't even want that. Like, I don't want I don't want the end of the draft offensive. I don't want Tommy Kramer and Sedarius Hutchinson. I don't want that.
Now, if Wyatt Davis or somebody, because I thought Wyatt Davis would have been gone.
Right.
I don't know why
still not.
Davis right now is where I expected him to be. When I look at his tape, I used to really like Wyatt Davis, but when I really look at his tape, he doesn't really do a lot of finishing. He doesn't really have the attitudes you want. Wyatt Davis is basically all technicality. Everything he has is like technically sound. But other than that, everything else you want from an offensive line, I just don't see there.
Yeah. I mean, the only question mark, I do, because, I mean, they coached up Lemieux, and even though he's not that good in pass blocking, I think he could still get better in the area. So, but, I just feel like no matter what, I like the direction the team's headed. And like I said if the Giants didn't take a receiver like round 1, I would have been like kind of upset, but I would have understand it, because I think that would have meant that this coaching staff feels content with this receiving class, and I would have went forward with it, you know. So I'm just trusting the coaching staff, and hopefully they don't let me down.
Right.
I don't think they will.
I mean, I'm just still in shock over this pick. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Like, I don't understand what went through their head to make them think that taking Aaron Robinson to sit on the bench. He better take like I said, he better take Darnay Holmes' job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He better take his job.
Or if Adore goes. I mean, he looks like a baller. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, he looks really good. But like I said, he better take his job.
Yeah. Or if like Adore gets hurt or something, or Darnay gets hurt, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, why would you pay Adore that much money if you think he's gonna get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they drafted him as an insurance policy, this is way too high to do that.
Yeah.
But I heard that I guess Graham really liked them, and they felt like Philly or Dallas would take him. Most likely Dallas.
Took another receiver.
Who'd they get?
De'Ami Brown.
Oh my God. I guess we needed to take a corner, because if they have De'Ami Brown to go along with what they have, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Tatum just dropped 60.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. And that's when they were getting booed. Like they were like the Boston fans were booing the Celtics, and he dropped 60.
Now I'm gonna have all of the dirty Washington fans on my De'Ami Brown film down break video. Like, oh my God, man.
I haven't watched any of his tape.
They got this dude at the end of the 3rd round. Yeah. That's a steal for them.
Yeah. They got some weapons now for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Terry. Oh my God, Terry, Samuel, and Brown. And they're not done yet. I mean, Yeah.
Wait a minute. Washington drafted 2 receivers?
No, they have one.
They got one.
Diamond Brown.
Oh. Okay. You said Terry, and I was like, oh.
I was talking about
Is this guy
McLaurin.
nice? Is Brown
Oh.
nice?
Yeah, he's really
Yeah.
good. Bobby Skinner from Talking Giants has him ranked as receiver number 4. I didn't have him that high, but I had him as a second-round pick.
I'm not gonna lie. I really like Tony. Like, I don't know if it's just he's because of the Giants pick, but he just looks like he's gonna be Tyreek Hill. Like, I don't want to put too much stock.
I don't
in him,
know
but,
about
like,
that.
Well, not like that same type of dynamic player for us. Like he got the swag. He's shifty. He's I love Sterling Shepard, but I really don't care if we get rid of him next season.
Yeah, J-Dub, I'll say that everybody plays well against AJ Terrell. They're still playing well against AJ Terrell in the NFL right now.
Jamar Chase trashed AJ Terrell in that national championship game.
Yeah.
I think AJ he got a lot of hype because he had that one video of him he swatted the pass away from Julio.
And the Panthers just stole Tommy Tremble from me. Oh man. Tommy Tremble might be the best tight end in his draft. Not counting Pitts. I mean,
okay. Yeah.
When you compare him and Brevin Jordan and Pat Freiermuth, Tommy Tremble might block better than Pat Freiermuth, and he's probably a little bit more athletic.
Dang, son.
I don't know. I don't think we need another tight end, but yeah,
I would have rather taken him than.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why? I guess we just gotta hope Wyatt Davis falls to us in the 4th round. That seems like a stretch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Tremble is a monster. That sucks.
I hate that we gotta wait till tomorrow to get the next pick, too.
Yeah, it's like, why end it on this? Like, if you would have started it off just oh man. All right, I'm gonna go through this Cowboys pick and I'm gonna just probably end the stream because I don't feel like watching the rest of these picks. And let's just see who Dallas gets. But yeah, I feel like so far we got better. We got better in free agency. We definitely got better in the draft. But this next pick, I just hope that Aaron Robinson contributes and is really good. If he benches, Darnay Holmes, then that's fine. I mean, one thing I was scared of is Darnay Holmes having a sophomore slump and that being the reason why our defense underachieves. So there's going to be competition there.
I mean, is the Dallas pick coming up?
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
I mean, who knows how long it'll take for them to announce this thing.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and say what you're saying.
I'm not watching it on anything. Right now.
I'm watching.
Oh yeah, you can just go ahead and say what you were going to say.
All right. Dang, what was I going to say? But damn, what was I going to say? I don't know, man.
Yeah. Miners are still on the board.
I'm watching this tape for Robinson right now. It looks like he's big and physical, which is our guys aren't too physical up at the line, but I still don't like it. But it's I could see him taking Holmes' job, but again, even if he does, I don't think it's even worth it at that point because we had a decent.
So the Cowboys took Chauncey Golston. I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
I've scouted probably 100 prospects, and I don't know who that is.
Is he a corner? What position does he play?
He's a defensive end.
They still they drafted. Oh yeah, they drafted one corner to fix their horrendously bad.
He looks pretty athletic. I don't know. but I don't know who he is.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Dallas except for Micah Parsons coming through the middle. The only thing worries me about Dallas is them blitzing against our O-line.
Yeah.
But again, they can't do that with our receivers, so it's not going to be like Baltimore last year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he just laid one of those. He just laid this running back out on one of those plays. But anyway, right. This is Max. This is a sub. I dropped the link about 45 minutes ago.
Wait, what
But
do you
someone was asking who Max was in the middle calling. But anyway, I think I'm going to start wrapping the stream up right here. I need to eat something. And I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow for the entire draft, but I'll be on in some capacity. If not, I'm just making videos or something. But again, I'll let Ash Money plug some stuff. If Max, you want to plug anything, go ahead and plug it.
Yeah. Go follow me on Instagram at maxadams_12.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
But yeah, Diggy, thank you for letting me on, especially this late.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And then I appreciate you for coming on my channel on the live stream, man. The other day. I know we'll probably work a lot soon. Yeah, but if you haven't, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ashton. My nickname is Ash Money. I have a sports channel, entertainment channel. So just type in Ash Money Records and you should see my channel and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here and get me something to eat, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, it's better than what happened today.
All right. Hope for White Davis tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right.